Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tripura's Grammar Hub. Let us know about finite and non-finite verbs today. We all know that verb is an action word. Let us know the difference between finite and non-finite verbs today. Observe the given sentences. I read in the evening. He reads in the evening. You read in the evening. She reads in the evening. They read in the evening. All the sentences are same, but the verbs are subject and verbs are changing. That's all. So in these sentences, verb read changes when the subject is changed. In the first sentence, I is the subject. Verb is read. In the second sentence, when the subject became he, the verb changes to reads. And in the third sentence, subject is you and the verb becomes read. In the fourth sentence, subject is she and the verb is reads. In the last sentence, subject is they and the verb is read. So the verb is changing its form according to the subject or according to the number, that is singular or plural, or according to the person also, that is whether it is a first person, second person or third person. First person is I, second person is you, and third person is he, she, it, they. For third person singular number we get verb plus s, and the verb is changing according to the number and person. Such a verb is called finite verb. Observe the given sentences. He plays in the evening. He played in the evening. He will play in the evening. Here, the sentences are same, but they are written in different tenses. One is there in the present tense, other one is there in the past tense, the other in the future tense. And the verb changes according to tense. In the present tense it is plays, in the past tense it is played, and in the future tense it is will play. In these sentences the verb changes according to the tense. So we can conclude that a verb which changes according to number, that is whether it is singular or plural, person, that is first, second and third persons. First one is I, second one is you, third one is he, she, it or they. And tense, that means whether it is present tense, past tense or future tense. When the verb is changing according to all these criteria, then it is called as finite verb. So it definitely changes. Then the verb is called as finite verb. Let us see few more examples. He makes a painting. This is in the present tense. In this past tense it is he made a painting. So this is sentence is verb is changing according to the tense. The same sentence when we are writing with the plural subject, that is they make a painting. See, when the subject is changing also the verb is changing. They make a painting. And when it changes to past tense, it becomes they made a painting. So the finite verb changes according to the number, person, and also tense. Now let us learn about non-finite verb. A verb that do not change according to number, person or tense is called non-finite verb. That means that it would be the same in all the tenses. The verb will not change according to tense or person. There are three kinds of non-finite verbs. First one is infinitive. Second one is participle. Third one is gerund. Let us discuss about the infinitive first. A verb which is preceded by to is called infinitive. Example: to walk, to talk, to tell, to work, to dance, to sing, to create. Here, walk, talk, tell, work, dance, sing, create are verbs, and before them we are writing preposition called to. Then it becomes infinitive. Let us see some examples here. The boy comes to help us. The boy came to help us. The boy will come to help us. Here the subject is the same, and we have of course finite verbs also here. In the first sentence we have finite verbs which is changing according to the sentence, that is comes. Whereas this infinitive to help, it is same in all the tenses. It is not changing according to the tenses. Then that's why it is a non-finite verb. The infinitive is nothing but a verb preceded by to, and which would not change according to the tense, number or person. Let us learn about participle. Read the given sentences. I saw him eating chocolates. I have seen him eating chocolates. I always see him eating chocolates. I saw him eating chocolates is there in the past tense. I have seen him eating chocolates is there in the present perfect tense. And I always see him eating chocolates is there in the present tense. But the verb eating is same in all the tenses. It did not change according to the tense. And present, it is present participle. What is present participle? A basic form of the verb plus ing form is called as present participle. Eating, walking, talking, like that. In the above sentences, the word eating is not changing according to the tense of the sentence. That means it is the same in all the tenses. It is called as non-finite verb. This also will come under non-finite verb because it is not changing according to the tense, number or person. So this participle is a word which is like a verb but performs the function of an adjective. It looks like verb only, but it does the function of adjective, and that is why it is called verbal adjective. Now let us discuss about the third kind of non-finite verbs, that is Gerunds. Observe the following sentences. Swimming is a good exercise. Walking is good for health. Playing outdoors will keep our body fit. So, in the above sentences, of course, it is a verb. Swimming, walking, playing, all these are acting like they are basically verbs. But in these sentences, they are acting as subjects. A present participle which is used as a subject is called gerund. So they how we can form them? We can form them by adding ing form to the present tense form of the verbs or the basic form of the verbs. Observe the given sentences. Walking is a good exercise. Walking will be a good exercise. Singing is my hobby. Singing was my hobby. Singing will be my hobby. In the above sentences, if we observe first two sentences, walking is a good exercise, walking will be a good exercise. In the present tense and then in the future tense, walking is a subject and it is not changing. And it is a gerund because it is a present participle which is used as subject. As it is not changing according to the tense, it will come under non-finite verbs. And the same happens to singing in the given sentences. Singing is my hobby, that means I am singing now. Singing was my hobby before it was my hobby, but not now. Singing will be my hobby. Probably, like that person might be learning that time, and later on it can be a hobby. So the singing is a gerund here, which is not changing according to the tense. And these gerunds also are non-finite verbs because they will not change according to the tense, number, and subject. Let us observe few examples of finite and non-finite verbs. Rani's father likes to wear cotton shirts. In this sentence, finite verb is likes and non-finite verb is to wear. It is infinitive here. To verb preceded by to is called infinitive, which would fall under non-finite verbs. In the second sentence, the children are eating chocolates. Are is a finite verb because it changes. Suppose if it is a past tense, it becomes were. And eating is a present participle which is a non-finite verb in this sentence. He told us to look at the picture. Here, told changes according to the tense. It is finite verb, and to look is an infinitive and it will not change according to tense. It is non-finite verb. The chef was making a delicious soup. Was here is a finite verb and making is non-finite verb because it won't change according to the tense. They planned to organize a party. Here, planned is a verb which would change according to the tense. Plans or planning, like that. It is a finite verb, whereas to organize is an infinitive which would be non-finite verb. The artist painted a new portrait. Here we have only one verb, that is painted, and that is finite verb because it changes according to the tense. Thank you for watching my video.